Hi members, my name's Jake Gibbs, the Director of Grounds here at Elanora Country Club. I've just put together a little slideshow of some of the photos that I've taken over the last couple of weeks of the drainage project that's currently happening on the 10th and the 11th holes. We're currently utilising a company who specialise in drainage known as Turf Drain Australia. Now, they're a company that have got a long history with Elanora. Nearly all of our drainage has actually been installed by Turf Drain. So they know our site very well. They have specialised equipment, heavy equipment, almost agricultural, with soft turf tyres to try and limit how much damage this heavy equipment does to our turf during the install. And are really professional in how they go about their work, which makes it easy for me to be able to trust them working alongside our staff to get the best outcome that we can. So the project has involved drainage being cut in with these big, large tractors. And as you can see in the photo above, the Elanora staff have been involved heavily with this project to try and protect the golf course. Now, we know the golf course remains extremely damp from all the wet weather that we've had this year, but Elanora staff have been using track mats or boards under the tyres, anywhere that we have soft areas that we don't want the tyres to dig in and damage our turf. You see the Elanora staff using these boards and moving them, almost building a road as that tractor is moving so the tractor doesn't come into contact with the turf and cause any damage. We also have Mark Ward, the golf course superintendent, working hard in front of these machineries, identifying any existing drains, any power running around the golf course for our irrigation system and just our irrigation system in general. Now, he's probing and digging holes, finding these pipes, providing that information to the contractor so they can avoid the obstacles that we have without damaging any of our infrastructure. Some of the primary machines used by the contractor involve a large tractor with a cutting wheel. It has little teeth on. It cuts just over a 60mm slit in the ground, and this allows for the slit to be backfilled with gravel, agricultural pipe, or ag pipe as it's known, and drainage sand into the channel. As you can see in this photo, there's two tractors. The tractor with the cutting wheel with the teeth, cutting the drainage trench, and then there's a conveyor coming off this machine into an adjacent trailer. This collects all the spoil or debris that's being removed, and that's carted away. The individual layers of the drainage channel are then filled in, and you can see from this machine with the big hopper on the back, the machine passes up and down the trench several times. Initially, it's to fill with gravel on top of the ag pipe that was installed with that spinning wheel. That's part of that process. So the gravel goes into the trench, and then the remainder of the trench is then filled with free draining sand to allow the water during a rain event to pass through the sand, through the gravel and into that pipe network. The next slide shows the actual Aggie pipe that's actually installed into those drainage trenches. You can see the large pipe at the bottom is what's known as the trunk drain or the carry pipe, and then you can see the lateral network of pipe across. So you've got a 50mm Aggie line or agricultural line there teeing down. That water is fed into the trunk drain and is then carried away to our pit and pipe network, and the water is removed from the issue area. So the completed product sees multiple lines every 2.5 to 3 metre spacings across the fairway, filled flush full of drainage sand. In the coming weeks, as we get into spring, we will start to see the fairways growing laterally and the runners covering over these lines. In the meantime, we will make sure that we have a local rule in play to make sure that no one is unfairly penalised.